Grace Rasmussen and I'm from the Silver Ferns.
And I'm Kayla Cullen and I'm from the Silver Ferns.
Though she a queen, and you know she never leave. They be waiting for a stumble, but she never trip again. Got tenant, class, run.
It's so cool to have you here with us on Fresh. We're here at the Blue Rose Cafe in Okalani having some high tea.
We have a very fancy episode ahead of us today, so we've got out of our training gears and into these beautiful dresses.
Here's what's coming up next on the show.
We take a look into my world.
Growing up with 5 boys, I was always known as like the tomboys.
Aunty Tala.
Is it possible for an islander to be a vegetarian?
Can't go diving for broccoli.
And a whole lot more.
You don't own me. Don't try to change me in any way.
So Grace, who is one of your favourite dancers?
Beyonce all day. Every day. She's pretty amazing, yeah. Queen bee. And you? What about you?
Paris Global and the royal family, they are incredible.
You don't own me.
But I also think this next group coming up are amazing. They turned 21 this year. Let's check out the beautiful dancers of Black Grace. Keeping it fresh, keeping it fresh.
What's up, everyone? We are Black Grace, keeping it fresh.
Black Grace is a contempt Pacific dance company that's been around for 20 years.
It is hard trying to live up to a standard. It is also a lot of pressure.
It's exciting, and it's really humbling to be part of such a big thing as such a young new dancer.
I started street dancing when I was 13. I was just doing hip hop until I sort of studied at PIPA. They used to run a youth program called Urban Youth Project. And so through PIPA, I got through an audition and I got through that. And then Neil offered me an internship to Black Grace, and ever since 2010, I've been with the company.
Well, my granddad is from Iran. My mum's from England, grew up in Auckland, and just been dancing all my life. My parents used to take me to watch the Black Grace shows when I was a kid. And my mum told me the other day that when I was 7 years old, we went to go watch a Black Grace show, and I said, that's what I want to do when I grow up. And here I am.
I'm Samoan, grew up in Hamilton, born in Wellington. I first heard of Black Grace when I was 16. In 2009, I saw a Black Grace show called Gathering Clouds, not very similar to Ruby. I said I want to do that, and yeah, about 5 years later, I started with them. Yeah.
E Paul vao ai le fefe ai seisi. A wā vaenga pong sa ia o le tatau. The forest is full of ghosts, but no one is afraid.
My situation going through learning the rocks and being able to adapt to it is very close to me. I myself have malo fear. Going through that process, it's probably the hardest, but I'd say the closest I've ever been to that journey is with my family and this company. So like that whole piece of being tattooed and being in that embodiment of that journey, it's very spiritual. Tradition is very linear, so in order to adapt, it becomes culture, so it has to form, it has to move, it has to evolve. Neo, especially coming from a very cultural background, his dad is an orator, talking chief, so it's a tula fale, using that as a base, to express the stories that we have as a diverse New Zealand coming to weave together, which is, I reckon, is the best thing.
Is it weird for you being dressed up like this?
Not weird. I'm definitely used to being in my smelly training gears all the time.
Yeah. So what would be your biggest, fashion fail?
Back in the day when I wore tearaways.
Did you actually, tear them off?
Literally just, whip them off. So, Freshies, if you don't want to fail this summer on the beach, Then pay attention to these island tips.
You better pay attention, KK.
And welcome to the Islands Tip, a segment where we teach you a few advices in case you go to the island. This week, we're talking about the right beach wear for the islands. Chicka-pow, wow, wow. No, you can't wear this one. This is called a Speedo. You can wear a Speedo on New Zealand, but in the island it's a little bit disrespectful. It's like that ad, undies, talks. Yeah, well, in the island it's only undies. Nobody wanna look in this thing. Best thing to wear is a beach shorts or even a lava. That's the best thing. Now moving to the women's. You cannot wear this two-piece bikini with a chest string. This is gonna cause a lot of argument to the couples and a lot of accident for the young single man. The best thing for you ladies is just to wear a shorts and a t-shirt or even a lava wrap up around your body or doing in a stylish way, tie around the neck, look like a fashion. Yeah, but no chest string. Especially in the island where it look like a girl's wearing an A to B to C to W to XXL string. Now, so keep it clean, please. Well, that's my tips for this week. Join in next week for more island tips. Thank you.
It's break time, Freshies, but stick around because we've got a whole lot more coming up on the show with My World.
That was quite really sad watching her suffer. I often thought that maybe she's never going to play netball again.
Pua and Sela.
If you have an Islander girl, she will know straight away why you're in the garage. What's that brown one? Huh? That one. I struck oil.
And so much more.
Got all of my face.
Bounce. 72, 73, 78. Hey, what's 100 kg if you bounce it?
I really don't think it'll bounce.
Nah, like if you make it into bounces.
You mean pounds?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not bounce.
Well, what's that, a pounce?
You make me hungry, mate.
What, really?
I feel like a quarter pound.
Are you improving, oh?
Am I?
Yeah, by leaps and bounds.
Oh, mate, you know what? That was out of bounds. Alrighty then.
Welcome back to Fresh. Now we're going to take some time to get to know my mate here, Kayla Cullen. You ready? I want to throw you some quick fire questions.
I was born ready. Let's do this.
Okay, let's do this. Favourite food?
Chocolate and pork buns.
Favourite place in the Pacific?
Rarotonga.
A saying you always say?
You do you, honey boo-boo.
What do your parents think you do?
Go to the gym and train.
What do your mates think you do?
Go to the beach and eat lots of food.
So what do you actually do, KK?
Well, what I actually do is coming up right here.
There you go, wishing, floating down, I wish it would.
Hey Freshies, I'm hanging out with my family. I would love for you guys to come join me. We're gonna go out for a surf.
This is my world.
Growing up in Auckland, I really enjoyed it. It's all I've ever known. I've never lived anywhere else. As kids, you'll never get bored living here. I have 5 brothers and 1 sister, and I am the second youngest. Growing up with 5 boys, that was a challenge. I was always known as like the tomboys. My family would probably describe me as a bit... How honest are we being here?
I don't know whether I should answer that.
Really hypo. Crazy fit, like even from a really little kid.
Yeah, she's a tough cookie. She's got a lovely personality, but feisty but lovely. We're just feisty females in the family. Anyone who has the courage to be with us, I take my hat off to them.
Go away. Who's distracting me?
Just get ready for work. You see me heavy work. You see me do me dirt.
I only realised netball was my game probably only recently. Like, I've always enjoyed playing a wide range of sports. I literally played every single sport growing up. Like, my dad would have to take me from softball training to volleyball training to basketball training to netball training
to athletics. Like, he would sleep in his car and then take me to the next training, and he was just exhausted by the end of the day. I'm so grateful for my dad because he has really got me to where I am now. I think just the opportunities that netball has given me, like the travelling, meeting new people. It's a team sport, which I also really enjoy. It was cool to feel success with like a bunch of girls and your friends. That's the main reason why I chose netball.
Did you see the speed off the mark from Kayla Cullen?
I started off playing in the attacking end, so I was a shooter. Made my way down to the defence end. This year they've thrown me in the deep end, and now I'm a mid-quarter. One of the tallest mid-quarters ever, I must add. The most challenging moments for me have been doing my both my ACLs. One when I was 16 and one when I was 21. That took me out for 2 years of my career, or 2.5 actually.
That was quite really sad watching her suffer. I often thought that maybe she's never going to play netball again.
I just missed playing so much. I wasn't myself. I wasn't as happy as I usually was, and the key learning is just to never give up, which sounds so cheesy, but like it is kind of true. Yeah. I'm most grateful for the people in my life, such fun and loving people and supportive. I'm also really grateful for the opportunities netball has given me.
Oh, congratulations, Kayla. Voted the most favourite silver fern. Well done, Kayla.
Thank you. Definitely would not be the person I am without netball. Bye.
Wow, that was a really cool insight into your life, Kiki.
Thank you. I saw you were snoring, but
Yeah, just for half of it, but it's all good. Now it's time to hear from the bros, Pua and Sela.
That's right, Freshies. Pimp your garage.
Now, sometimes you have a Barling girlfriend. You have a Barling girlfriend all the time. You have one.
Not all the time.
Yeah, you have one all the time. If you have an Islander girl, she will know straight away why you're in the garage. Hey, it's the same reason why she's in the garage.
See, when you go to the garage and there's no garage opener, but you can't open the garage like this.
I was going to take you to my room. Oh, shucks, hold on for a second.
So how do you explain to her that you're in the garage?
I still want to be a part of my family. I'm not ready to move out. I still want to be here to support them.
By the way, have you seen my tiger fleece? Why do you have a tiger fleece?
Huh?
You want to make a good impression. So somewhere in your garage, just subtly put a cross.
It's just to let them know that you are churchly.
Wow, they can come to their own conclusion.
Yep.
But that just lets them know.
She goes, what's that brown mark? Huh? That one. I struck oil. We don't want the council to know. We just want to save it till we kind of broke, so that's why we're going to keep my oil pit over there. What's all that stuff behind? Do not go behind the lava-lavas, OK? You don't want to see that.
Anyway, do you like how I kind of coordinated my
You're supposed to have that piece of random carpet under your bed.
Oh.
So she has that nice warm carpet on her feet. You cannot stress, man. You got to have the romantic light.
Straight after Christmas, you leave that stuff in your room.
So you can have flickering.
Yeah.
Or you can have pulsing. It's really romantic.
Time for a refill, Freshies.
But don't go anywhere because we've got the fabulous Aunty Tala coming up next.
Where's the swear with? Vegetarian.
And a poly postcard all the way from Singapore.
Fingers are too large for this cut.
Charlie's. What did you post this picture for?
Oh, it's pretty, eh?
Look at that top. Wig and those shoes. What are those? And your eyebrows. It's not even on fleek. And shave your beard.
Excuse me, like any of this is on fleek. Hashtag, I still can't Charlie's. Are you Charlie's to me? Because there's some shoes over there. Help yourself, Charlie's.
All night, me, I hear love.
Welcome back. So here we are, still having our sweet little treats.
This is so nice because, like, this really doesn't happen that often for us athletes. Like, you know, we're always eating carrots and stuff. I don't even know what these are. What are these? Cupcakes or something? Is that what they are? Well, Aunty Tala is also talking food, and she is one. It's a she.
Definitely it's Auntie.
She is talking food and she is wondering if an islander can be a vegetarian.
Talofa and Kiara, and welcome again to my show, Kayla Tala. That's right, this is the show where you have problems, you ask me, and we help you with my panel. And first on our panel, we have the CEO for Flavor FM, Nate Noah. Now, next up, we have my favorite Maori diva. You've seen her on TV. Please give her a big hands, Miss Kihi. Yeah, all right. And finally on our panel today, in Pesara for Taffy, and one of my favorite something, whatever he can do, please give it up for Henry Taffy. And now, let's go to our video message for today. And I must say, I can really relate to this one.
Hi, Aunty Tala. Answer me this. I love my me, and us islanders, we all love our me. And there's always a pig on the table at birthdays and weddings, but is it possible for an islander to be a vegetarian?
Wow. I've never heard of anyone asking that type of question, and is it possible? What do you think, Sandos?
No, can't be done. Can't be done. Mathematically, scientifically, anything that ends with a ikali can't be done.
Well, what about you, Miss Kihi? What do you think?
No, it can be done. It can be, yes. You just eat the kaimoana. You know, there's other things you got to cut, and it's not just the meat, but it's actually the dairy, the cream, and all that sort of stuff, eh, darling? You know.
Yeah. Well, kaimoana is still, in a way, is a meat too.
Well, that's right, darling, but it's not the...
You can't go diving for broccoli in Garrett's.
Darling.
You can't buy meat from a dairy either.
Darling. No, well, you can actually. I've seen the Sippy. But I'm saying is that you can go without, you know, meat for one day, Islander.
One day?
Yeah.
But that's 24 hours. That's like heaps of seconds.
The corned beef is probably too much.
Yeah, don't eat the can, but what's inside is just okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
You do know dairy comes from animals, right?
What? Well, what about you, Nate? I mean, obviously, it's vegetarian is not your thing.
Well, you know, you'll just cast your judgment over me without asking me.
Are you a vegetarian?
Former vegetarian. I think you can absolutely be a vegetarian. I mean, whether it's by choice is a different story. Now, if you went to a hostel, if you were at school in Samoa and you stayed in a hostel like I did,
You're getting too hard out. No, the pig on the table is where I heard it with that kōrero.
You were talking to a pig?
No, the girl was talking to the pig, talking about the pig on the table. Now, pig on the table.
Drugs.
Like, I mean, there's an island, but even in Maori, when I go to the marae, they have a hangi.
No, that's right, darling, but we cut our meat up. We don't have full pig on the table.
Oh, no, we don't have, we just have full pig, but spread out, like the head down there, body here, tail over there.
Quantities, eh? It's all about portion control, eh?
Wow, you're so right, Miss Kihi. Now, I guess what we want to do now is sum everything up in just one sentence. What advice can you give to Sia, starting with you, Nate, Mr. Vegetarian?
Sia, you can absolutely be a vegetarian if you want. You just got to be staunch in the fact that you don't have to worry about what anybody else thinks. Just do what you think is right.
Well, kia ora, Sia, eh? And you're fabulous, darling. Understand the whānau and the gene you come from, eh, darling? Meat ain't going anywhere. But you can cut down, girl. The corned beef, eh? You know, pull back. Get yourself some nice kaimoana, a little bit of chicken leg, not so much the thigh. But, you know, just watch it, eh, darling? Don't tell the whole whānau, just yourself. Kia ora.
Sandos, what would you like to say to Sia about this myth that we can become vegetarian?
Sia, wake up. There's no such thing as a PI vegetarian. And if you want to put a vegetarian spread at your party, expect no islanders. Full stop.
Wow, thanks, Sandos, and thanks to our panel. There you have it, Sia. You have heard it from our great panel. And from me, Sia, what I want to say to you is never, ever use that type of language in front of your Samoan family. It's not allowed. This worse than a swear word. Vegetarian. Look at me. punch your face. So see you same time next week, and I hope you can join us on Aunty Tala. Bye.
Talo for lava, my name is Danny. I am originally from Mount Albert in central Auckland, and this is my poly postcard from Singapore. When I find a barber, all this is coming off. Sorry, I just, yeah. I work in the TV industry in Sydney, Australia as a creative producer, and I've been fortunate to be flown to Asia to attend several conferences and experience the culture in Singapore. So they say in Singapore you get two types of weather all year round. It's either raining or it's shining, and unfortunately for today it's raining. But it's so good. One of the fresh things about this place is it's very much a small island. You'll see beautiful gardens and the big palm trees. It's also very hot. It has that tropical heat to it, and I'd probably even say it's a little bit more hotter than Samoa. Just a little bit. We are gonna go play with some cats at the cat cafe. If you love the bull scat, then you can come here. Most people live in apartments here in Singapore, and most apartments are not allowed to have domestic animals. So this is a place where people can have a cup of coffee and also get their cat fix. You don't know about the coffee with cats. Singapore really loves their shopping mall. So there's like a shopping mall at every train stop. There's a mall underneath pretty much every hotel. There's a shopping mall. So they really, really, really love their malls, but they're really, really expensive. Don't even know why I'm here. I can't afford anything. There's a small resort island here called Sentosa, and it has casinos, hotels, more shopping malls, and theme parks. Favela! Probably the freshest thing I've experienced while I've been here is the people love to eat, and Singaporeans do not play when it comes to food. Straight up. Malaysian food, Indian food, Indonesian food, it's all kind of just mashed together and creates Singapore. It's an expensive place to visit, but the people are extremely nice and the food is sick, yeah. So do visit, and until next time, freshies, fire man. Bye-bye.
So that's it from us, freshies. Unfortunately, we have to get out of these dresses and back into training mode again. But before we go, I just want to say a huge thank you to you all for joining us and to all the polyfabulous people on the show. Here's what's coming up next week on Fresh. Bye!
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Fresh, the show and the people that makes you love to have the sexy cocoa hips with them cocoa lips. And I'm the one they call J-Bug. We got a whole lot of island sweetness coming your way, man. Acha! Blake.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.